Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Actually, happy TMJ Tip Tuesday to you. My name is Andrea Oram. I am a music teacher, and I love to share musical tips and tricks. But if you are new around here, let me explain what Tuesdays look like, because Tuesdays are a little bit different. On Tuesdays, I do a weekly TMJ Tip Tuesday conversation because I dealt with chronic jaw pain, or TMJ, that's the joint's name. TMJ issues, like pain and issues that go along with that, clicking, cracking, weird, unhelpful movement, that kind of stuff, all that stuff that goes with that. I dealt with that for about 5 years during and right after college. And that really significantly impacted my ability to do well with teaching. That impacted honestly, I almost considered not teaching anymore, because as a singer, as someone who's going to teach, you're going to talk all day. And so I didn't know frankly, I didn't know if I could continue to do what I love to do. So I talk about this once a week in the group here. So if that's not your thing, no big deal. Just go find another video from the guide section and watch that instead. But if that was helpful for you, that's why I'm here. That's why I talk about it, because not very many people talk about this issue. And when they do talk about it, it has a lot of layers and a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of bouncing people back and forth and around to different specialists, which is not my thing either. I just don't appreciate that, right? I don't appreciate the fact that, okay, that's a different bunny trail for a different day. Maybe that'll be next week's topic, because I almost went on a total wrong tangent for what we're talking about today. But today we're going to talk about the forgotten key to joint health, all right? Specifically your jaw, but this could probably actually work well for any joint. I can't guarantee it, because obviously I don't only have experience with my jaw joint in specific, but I have a feeling it might help for other joints too, given how connected the body is and how joints function similarly, even though the jaw joint is the most complex. So, another tangent for another day, but the forgotten key to joint health, and that is sleep. And some people are like, Andrea, that's just a cop-out. Like, come on. There's got to be other things that impact your joints, specifically your jaw, more. And maybe there are. In fact, when I made the TMJ Strong course, I went through 7 different factors and a few other things that can play a role in jaw health, in joint health for your jaw specifically, because I figured a lot of that stuff out while I was on this journey of medical people not helping me super much and passing me around other people, and frankly, just to avoid surgery. That was my initial goal: avoid surgery, figure out how to live with this thing. And I figured out some really amazing things, some factors that they never even considered. They never even told me could be an option. So anyway, in the course, I outline all that stuff, but sleep is one of these factors. And here's why. Sleep is healing. Sleep is healing. And so when we aren't getting adequate sleep, our body isn't able to heal. Our body isn't able to take care of itself, really. And so cells aren't able to regenerate and do their thing. We actually don't digest as well when we don't sleep well. There's so many things that sleep impacts. I can't even go into all of them now because I just don't have time, right? That's partly what the course is for, right? I went into a lot more in-depth information, but there are so many reasons why sleep is important. And that was the first thing that I started to address. Why? Because it was impacting my life in other ways too. And I just had this gut feeling that if I could sleep better, that my jaw might do better. And I had no proof of that, because like I said, none of the specialists I went to were telling me, oh yeah, sleep really impacts your jaw. But I just knew that if I was sleeping a little bit better, a lot of things would be better. My studying would be better. My emotional journey would be better. My emotional health, my mental health, so many things. And so I started to address that first. And that was really, really helpful right off the bat. So then there were a lot of other things I could then start to address as well, right? So were there other factors for my jaw? Yes, of course. Was sleep a big one? Yes, because not only was I not sleeping well, I sleep very lightly. I'm just a really light sleeper. But I was in a season of high stress. And so I was also grinding in my sleep and it wasn't good. I was waking up way too early and not being able to fall back asleep. So many different things that were going on that weren't helpful, that weren't healthy, right? So once I started to address that sleep piece, some of the other things started to improve, and then I could actually address the underlying things from elsewhere, right? So I put together a list of 11 sleep tips. I think there's actually 12 in the list though, because I was like on a roll and I was like, oh, this impacts sleep too. Because as I started to really address my sleep rhythms and my sleep routines, these are some of the things that I learned about and actually helped me. So go check that out. There's a link in the description of this video for that if that would be helpful and useful for you. But whether you're a new teacher, like I was learning to be a teacher and had horrible sleep and it was not helping my studies and my schooling at all, or whether you're actually addressing this joint health issue, right? Start it with sleep. And if you have good sleep, great. I'm so glad. Start to address some of those other factors. If you need a little help and a speed, whatever you call it, rocket booster. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. If you need some rocket boosters to propel you forward a little faster on this learning journey, that's what the coaching and course is for. So go check out that as well if that would be useful for you. If not, no big deal. I'll see you again next week for more TMJ Tip Tuesdays. Bye for now.